And since I started to promote that book and talk about it a little bit more, it didn't take long for me to get emails from people saying they bought the book, took action, and it changed their life. So it's super awesome. I'm listening to an audiobook, The Daily Trading Coach. It's a pretty good book. Welcome traders to Timisoara once again. I just realized yesterday that this is my last day in the city. Quite a shock because I really love this place so far. It's been just awesome and I really love all the architectures. But anyway, we have to leave tomorrow. I'll be heading to Bucharest tomorrow. Looking forward to it quite a lot, of course. So for today, I thought I would give you guys some tips. I've been reading a lot of books in the past, and I want to give you guys the top 5 books on psychology precisely. I think there's a lot of training books out there, but not all of them are great. Not all of them tackle psychology that well. So I'm going to give you the top 5 books on psychology. To get started with that right away with the first book. So the book that helped me the most in terms of psychology is, interestingly enough, the one I was just listening to a few minutes ago. The Daily Trading Coach by Steenbarger. Awesome book, full of content. I think the audiobook's like 13 hours, which is insane. It covers pretty much everything you need to know about psychology, the habits you do on a daily basis, about the routines, the reviews. Great book, overall great book. And Brett wrote a following book after that and many more. One of them is called Trading Psychology 2.0, which I didn't read yet. I want to read it soon for sure. Daily Trading Coach is the one I've been reading for a couple of times, rereading it a few times too, and great book for sure. By the way, just to make sure you guys understand, all the books I'll talk about today are going to be linked below. So if you have a question about a book, check out the link below. And I'll also include a free Audible trial. Most of the books I listen to now while traveling are all in audio format because I cannot carry books. It's just way too heavy and takes too much space. I listen mostly to audiobooks right now. And you can get, I think, 2 free books with that trial link below. And then if you want to stay on Audible, it's a credit system that you get every month, and I just love the service, so I've been doing that for a long time. But that's all going to be linked below, of course. Book number 2. So every month in Montreal, we host the Montreal Traders Meetup. And at the beginning of the meetup, Houston, the other organizer, ask people what book they recommend, what book they've been reading recently. And that book always comes up, no matter what. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Great book also, a book I really learned a lot from. And actually funny because the first time I read that book, I understood pretty much nothing. It didn't click with me. I thought, what a boring book. And then I read that book one more time a few months after, and everything was like kind of clicking, making sense, and I could understand everything. So it's a book you might not get value from the first time, but you have to read it multiple times. And like every second sentence in that book is like crucial, really important, and really making a lot of sense. I'll try to read it one more time soon because it's really useful and it helped me so much in the past. Actually, one of my big aha moments came from that book, where I started to understand that every single trade didn't matter, and that you could lose a lot of trade and still be profitable, and that you could not control the market at all, that you just had to focus on your trade and the probabilities overall. Trading is all a game of probabilities, and that's exactly what I got from that book. Now, I'm kind of wondering what to do on my last day in Timisoara. I was really afraid because I thought it would rain today. It's been raining the whole morning. And I was getting a little bit better, which is good, but just walking around here is like a whole enjoyment in itself, so nothing much to do else. Now moving on to book number 3. This is a book that is not about trading necessarily, but I feel like I have to include it here for sure because it helped me so much in my journey. Not trading only, but business, life, and everything around. It's a book called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. And since I started to promote that book and talk about it a little bit more, it didn't take long for me to get emails from people saying they bought the book, took action, and it changed their life. So it's super awesome, I think. If you have a chance, definitely go through that book a couple of times. It's a long book, a lot of action steps and a lot of exercise, so you have to go back and see if you did things right and stuff, but it's really good. And we're back on Union Square. Perfect timing to mention book number 4. One by Gary Dayton, which I had on my podcast a few episodes ago. I'll put the link below, of course. The book is called Trade Mindfully by, as I said, Gary Dayton. Really great book on how to use mindfulness to become a better trader. And there's a lot to cover on that topic. It's a huge topic, of course. Cool thing about that book is that there are some precise exercises, once again, you can do and things you can implement. Like, I'm always about how to put this to action, not only theory stuff, but really actionable content. And that's exactly what his book is about. And Gary went through a lot of experiences and anecdotes to get to that book, of course. Now, before I get to book number 5, I have to go do some work, and we'll get back on the books right after. Alright guys, so work's finally done. Book number 5, Trader Mind by Steve Ward, a book I also really love to read and I read multiple times. That's also a book with kind of a lot of exercises, things you can implement and things you can take action on, which I really always love, of course. So that's recommended for sure. Hope you guys like this countdown of the best 5 trading psychology books. And I'm sure there's more. I didn't mention Ventarp, which has some really good books. If you guys have any other books you like or that you recommend, comment below. I do want to know for sure, and I'm sure a lot of people can benefit from this. Now I'm gonna go pack because I'm leaving tomorrow very early and get a little bit of sleep before leaving this place. So let's go pack and catch you guys tomorrow.